Welcome back to the Jimmy Mullen podcast. I'm your host, Jimmy Mullen, and today I have Haley Gielbeda here with me. Thank you for being
Hi,
here.
everybody.
Thank you for being here. Much appreciated.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. The two remote episodes I put out so far have been people I know through online means, but Haley here, I went to school with. She could not be here in person, but I wanted to have her on regardless. So where are you now?
I am currently living in Miami. I moved from New York right to South Florida, literally the second after graduation. And now I'm actually moving up to Orlando.
Ooh, sounds fun.
Yeah.
What's the deal with that? What made you decide to do that?
I just wanted to be out of New York. I never really saw myself living there, and I kind of told everybody that in high school. And then I
Yeah, you
applied
were a
to
big preacher
schools.
of that. Do you remember?
Yeah, I think it's so good for everybody. I think getting away from your hometown's so good.
Mm.
And I hate to be that person, but Long Island's just such a single mindset, I feel like.
No, I agree
And
with you
I
100%.
and I just wanted to experience the world outside of that.
Mm.
So I moved down here and then I moved to Boca for college. And then obviously the world shut down. So I had a house in Miami and I just decided to stay here, became a Florida resident, and then never had any intention of moving back.
Sounds
And
good.
I just think independence is so good. If you have the opportunity to travel or to leave the state, do it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I only moved like 30 minutes out from Glen Cove, but it still, even that's like a major difference for me. Like, I never go back really. I'm only there like once in a while. So, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I like to go visit friends and stuff, but other than that, I don't see myself ever living there again or anything. It's
No,
too much
I
small
don't
town
ever see
bullshit.
myself moving.
Yeah, no, too much small town bullshit. Even where I am now, but like I'm just kind of here just cuz I don't have anywhere else to go yet. Just kind
Yeah,
of followed where my mom went basically. So
I get it.
yeah. So we've known each other a pretty long time. I think as far back as like elementary
We
school.
sure did.
Yeah. We weren't really close though till like high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when we had a couple classes together. Had a couple art classes and stuff, and a couple mutual friends. Hung out with a few people. Went to junior prom with a group of people and stuff. And senior year, I think a lot of people brought themselves together. So a lot of that.
Yeah.
And so now, I'd like to ask you, what were some of your favorite parts of high school? Like looking back.
That's so bad to say. Um, okay. Favorite parts, I really do think we did get it together senior year. I felt like it was a lot less clicky. I feel like
Yeah,
everyone kind of vibes a little bit better.
I agree.
Um, I miss sports that I miss. I miss stupid house parties because I don't know, it's just a different vibe. I
Oh
go to
yeah,
since I live here, it's not frat parties, it's not house parties, we go to bars. So
yeah.
I miss that. I miss that. And as much as nightlife is great in Miami and I love going out in Miami, I miss the small town stuff sometimes.
Yeah, I agree.
I miss for a fact driving around and sitting in parking lots all night as the Friday night
Mm-hmm.
move
Yeah,
is
definitely.
it's not a small town vibe like that. I miss that, but I don't miss the drama that comes with it.
Mm-hmm.
Other memories, I just feel just all the milestone stuff, like homecoming, prom.
Yeah,
That
that stuff is a
other than
given.
that, I miss teachers. I miss teachers for a fact. I
Yeah, definitely.
That's really about it. I talk to.
There's a few teachers that I miss. I think about all the time, like how they're doing and all that.
I
Especially with
know.
like everything that's happened since graduation. I always think about it like holy shit, we got so lucky. Like our senior year could have been ruined Like if we were just
Yeah.
a year younger, like
Yeah.
we would have been fucked.
I like can't imagine. That senior class though did such a good job of like making like the most out of their senior year.
Yeah, as much as they could. I mean, it
Yeah.
kind of got cut short in the springtime, which I feel like
Yeah.
is like the best time of the year. Everything
Yeah.
start like the
But I feel
weather
like
gets
they did a
nicer and
good
whatnot.
job of like trying their best to like make
Mm,
up for it.
yeah, as much as they really could.
Yeah.
Everything just kind of happened all at once, and they were like, "Oh fuck, what now?" So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, yeah, it's so crazy how lucky we got though. Like I always think about that. It's like holy shit, like it was just like when it happened, it was just like so surreal. Like I thought about like all my friends like that were seniors. I was like, holy shit, like what are they going through? Like I was just working at a grocery store, so like I like that didn't really change much for me.
Yeah.
I was working the whole time. I didn't really have like a quarantine or anything. So yeah, like I just think about that, like wow, like just like in the snap of a finger, everything was so different. It's crazy. Like you just can't take life for granted.
You know, I think about my little brother and like this year and like next year are gonna be his most normal years, but like he didn't have a freshman year. He
Ah,
didn't have a sophomore year. And like even this
yeah.
year, it was so weird. Like wrestling was different, like all
Mm-hmm.
of that stuff. So like he almost went a full high school experience without like
Jeez.
getting it.
Yeah. How's he doing, by the way?
He's good. I have a feeling he's gonna be following me down here.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
He's
I wouldn't blame him in the slightest.
no. I know he like just toured FAU, which is like across the street, which is cool.
Okay.
Even though I'll probably be long gone out of Florida by the time he gets here.
Where are you planning on going next?
I'm looking at LSU for vet school.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty
So,
cool.
yeah. So, we'll see. We'll see. Fingers
All right.
crossed.
All right. So I was thinking. I remember. What was it? Um, I did a podcast with Mike Familetti, and
Hmm.
we were talking about some moments during high school. And we talked about our class poster that the class decided on, which they were our class, which if you don't have no context, was very cliquey, as you mentioned. So they kind of just did things and like didn't tell anybody or didn't give anyone like any heads up or anything. So like I don't know, like the movie of like the senior movie night was picked and like none of us had any idea about it until like the day of, or like
I
uh
don't even remember any of it. I like blacked out.
no, I remember what was no, they picked Halloween Town as the senior movie.
Oh, I definitely
Yeah,
zero.
like but like they didn't tell anybody about it. They were just like, "Oh, yeah, we're going to watch Halloween Town." Shit like that. So like they had you paint it.
Yeah.
I didn't know this when we did the
Oh
podcast.
yeah.
I had totally forgotten. Like we were just it was just like the fact that our graduating class chose Tekashi 69's Graduation Day album as the poster. And at the time he was in prison facing all these
Okay.
charges and
So,
stuff,
like
so it
the
was really
thing that
awkward.
happened with it- Yeah, like the thing that I like got from it was like, okay, we couldn't do Graduation Day by Kanye because like the class before had done it. But
Oh,
we
okay.
wanted to do like an album that like had to do with like something graduation themed. So then there was that's why they picked like
I feel like
six
there's
nine.
so much more you could have done. Like you could have done
I
like
rem I like remember like 2 days before, like when I had just finished like painting it or we were basically done, they were like, "Is this appropriate?" And I was like, I just spent hours.
yeah.
Hours.
They thought about that after the fact. That's the
Yeah.
crazy part.
I
That's
was like, you don't get to rip it up now because I literally just spent hours. I mean, I did have help, but like the concept of it and like drawing it and like physically drawing everything on there and physically outlining everything, that was all me.
damn. Well, you did a good job regardless. It came out great.
Thank you. Thank you.
I just feel like
It was definitely controversial.
yeah, oh, 100%.
Like,
he was in jail like when it was happening.
fully.
When you guys did it. That was the crazy part. Like like if that had happened like I don't know, while he was like on the top of New York and all that, like fine, whatever. But like he was facing all of these allegations and then uh all the gun charges he had and shit, and then he was in jail. It was just bad timing, I guess.
Yeah, no, prime example of 17-year-olds don't think.
Yeah, 100%. What was it? The vlog that I made for that, like I had a clip of the poster in there, and then like the night before
Insert
when
clip
like
here.
yeah, the night before when everyone was throwing toilet paper at the school, there's a part where you can hear one of 6ix9ine's songs in the background. So like people just loved him. It was
That's like what I think it was though, because it was like always at house parties. It was like
yeah.
always like a thing. I don't think it was like meant to
Yeah,
be
no,
like,
no, I know. They
yeah.
no, I know. It was just like bad timing, I guess.
No, terrible timing. Like
Yeah.
really should have read the room a little bit more on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, they like that a lot of our classmates did some stupid shit, but like.
Yeah. I like I talked to like three people.
Yeah.
So like,
See? Like
I don't even think three people. I talked to Margaret, obviously.
yeah.
You and I talk here and there.
Mm.
I talk I talk to Steph.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll run into people and then I'll have like small talk, but I really don't
Yeah.
talk to anyone.
No, yeah. The people I talk to the most aren't even from our grade. Like that should just show you like
Yeah.
yeah.
But I feel like I don't know, I like saw that coming.
No,
And I also
I did too. Like not to the exact extent of like who I talk to and who I don't, but I kind of had a feeling I wasn't going to keep in touch with like 95% of the people we graduated with. It just wasn't going to happen. Like I talked to a handful of people. Like I talked to the people that I've had on and stuff. Obviously, they came to my house and
yeah.
shot episodes and stuff. But like generally I just kind of stick to like a few people and I mean I have like a couple people out where I live now, but
Mhm.
most of them I worked with. So like I haven't like made too many friends out here. I haven't really been able to go out. I mean like COVID kind of ruined that, and then just getting a job right out of like moving right out of high school. Like all the people your age are at college, so they're not home, and
Mhm.
you don't really know anybody other than that. But I mean I'm chilling though. I'm doing my own
Yeah.
thing. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I like for sure felt that. I like went home for like 2 or 3 months during the pandemic because I was like living here fully, like
Yeah.
school shut down and like I was like, all right, like I'm not going home.
Mm.
But then like over the summer I was like, I actually like kind of like miss people, and then I saw like whoever and it was fine. But like I don't know, that's just like when I kind of like confirmed that like we're all such different people now.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen like what was it? I went back for the St. Rocco's feast. I saw a good amount of people, and like most of them were pretty much the same. Like, what's up, guys? But I mean, I don't know. It was some people were like, "Oh my god, what are you doing here?" or whatever. It's just like I don't know, like what. It's the fucking feast, and it's the first time people are out.
Yeah.
I want to see people I haven't seen
I
because
was
it had been
so
like a year. It had been like 2.5 years basically.
I was so upset about not being home for that
Yeah.
because that's like the one thing that like I don't know, that's like a good hometown memory.
You should come back in the summer though,
I
for a week or something.
I definitely like want to. It really just depends on like work.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you about that too.
Okay.
Uh,
Sounds good.
we'll get to college first though. That's what I have down first. What was that? How's that been?
It's good. So, like I said, we all got sent home like when the world was ending.
Mm-hmm.
It was really, really good. It's definitely like not like going to a state school because it's a private school.
Right.
So it's like our social life's very different. But it's good. Like I found my group of people and I love it. and I can't imagine going to another state for school, like for undergrad. Um, and then I moved online, like fully. Like, so even though everyone's back in class, like I kind of figured out like what I wanted to do over
Mm-hmm.
quarantine with my life. And then I instantly got an internship and instantly got a job following my internship. So I just like
That's
stayed
good.
online to finish out school online so that way I could just be done with it. And then, yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing now.
Good shit. Good shit. You got a full-time job, I saw?
I do have a full-time job now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Big ups.
Big ups. Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting a full-time job at 20, not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine. You're doing
Yeah,
better than a lot of people, I will say.
I am I'm grateful for it. Don't get me wrong. The one downfall is though, like I think people forget that I have like a big girl job now, so they're like, "Oh, just call out." And then I'm like, "Can't do that."
No, it's not like that.
I'm like,
It's not a little part-time thing or anything.
yeah,
You know,
no.
they'll need you. It's not like yeah. Yeah, you're going to have to take a lot more time to do that, but you know, you'll make the best of it though.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of fun and I wouldn't trade it for anything, so that's good.
That's good. So you have any stories from like college or working or anything?
Oh gosh. Okay, what kind of stories?
I don't know. Anything comes to mind? Any crazy people or
Well, I
parties you've
live
been
in
to or
I
oh yeah,
live
you
in
live in
Florida.
Florida, so you probably have like
So everyone's crazy. This is the only state that I've ever seen people see state troopers and cops and then speed up.
oh wow, that's
Yeah. So there's that. There's crackheads everywhere,
yeah.
which is like always a fun time. I was in Daytona this weekend and I was like out and I was like in a car and we like turned into like the nearest lane, like making a right turn like you're supposed to do. A car like tried to pull out, then proceeded to try and fight us and was like, "You need to be turning into the far left lane." And we were like, that's not how driving works. And then they proceeded to chase us in their car.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What the
So
fuck?
prime example of like Florida's a train wreck, but it's like the best
Yeah.
train wreck. As far as parties go and like nights out, I would say my best like nights out are definitely in Miami versus Boca. Like the clubs in
Mm.
Miami are so different. Club space is my favorite thing ever. I love it so much. Definitely recommend if you're 21.
Yeah.
As far as parties go and stuff, they're all like kind of standard. I mean, they're just like not in like a gross frat basement. They're usually like pool parties.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty fun.
Sounds a lot better
Oh, it's
than
so
than in
nice.
someone's basement or something. Tell me a little bit about what you do for work.
Okay, I am an animal trainer and animal care professional. So basically, I've been doing that until I put myself through vet school because, as we know, vet school is so expensive.
Yeah.
So right now, for the past year, I should say, I've been working with marine mammals. So I've been working with bottlenose dolphins, Pacific white-sided dolphins, killer whale. It's just been like a great experience. And then I'm actually moving up to Orlando to work with African mammals, small African mammals.
Ooh.
So that'll be cool. Um, but yeah, I play with dolphins all day.
That,
That's how everyone else describes it, so that's how
yeah.
I'm gonna.
That sounds fun. You have any
Yeah.
fun things that happen during that or
Yeah. So, I've gotten to do okay, so I started like obviously at the bottom. I was a little baby intern. Um, and so like as fun as it is, it's such hard work. Like I was working 10 hours a day,
oh
like
geez.
4 to 5 days a week.
Was
Yeah.
the pay good at least? Like when you were an
Um,
intern, so I mean,
we always we always joke around and say that you either get your dream job or you get to be rich.
Yeah.
But do with that what you will.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but no, it definitely is a dream job. I've gotten to do a lot. Especially like my last few weeks before moving, like I got like a bunch of animal paintings, so we'll like put paint on like their rostrum, like their mouth, and they'll like kiss the canvas, so it's like a little boop. So I got a
Oh
bunch of
wow,
those.
that's
Those are
awesome.
really cool. Doing a lot of like swimming with them and stuff. I've been in a lot of shows. Um, I've learned so much. Like my team was so great. They were literally a second family. So
That's always
it was
good.
really, yeah.
Yeah, coworkers
It
are
was
like a very important factor as to enjoying a job or not.
yeah,
Because
for
like
sure.
you could have a great job, but if your coworkers suck, then like you know.
It makes work miserable if you do not have good
Oh yeah,
coworkers.
exactly.
Yeah, no. I have really good coworkers, so I'm thankful for that. And like I made a good amount of friends like through work.
That's good.
It just sucks because I'm the youngest, so like the age difference is so real.
Like how what are we talking? Like
Like I have friends that are like 24, 27, 30. Like
okay.
so like whenever I like say something, they're like, "Oh, the kid's talking. The child's talking."
Oh wow.
Or I'll be like, "Oh my God, like I remember that." And they were like, "You're literally 6. Like what are you talking about?" I'm like, "Okay,
Like
thanks
what?
guys."
Fucking like zoo pals or something or like
Yeah. They okay, so I okay, there was this meme account that like posted something and it was like why 90s kids wanted to be marine biologists. And it was like stickers and like all like 90s stuff and like everyone was obsessed with SeaWorld back then and rah rah rah. And so like I like reposted it for maybe 5 minutes. 5 whole minutes, and everybody was like, "You're not a '90s kid. You're a 2001 baby. Shut up. You don't know what
well
you're talking about. You wouldn't be a '90s kid."
well
I was like,
yeah.
"But it was like all things we were equally raised on."
Yeah, I guess. No, there's a lot of 90s stuff like that I think a lot of 2000s kids can relate to as well cuz it was
Yeah,
like between like 1995 and like 2004, like that kind of stuff is for both, I feel like.
yeah. I like people will be like, they'll talk about like Hey Arnold or like Rugrats, and they're like, "Oh, we don't expect you to understand." I'm like, "Do you think I was born last year?"
Yeah, it's not even that much of a difference.
No.
Give
I'm
it a
like,
couple of years. I feel like they'll be more accepting. I feel like
yeah.
cuz like
I,
there's kids now being born in like there's kids on the internet now that are born in like 2010. It's
wait,
like
can we fully talk about that? Why do the 10-year-olds on TikTok look
yeah.
older than
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's
I like I scroll on my For You page and I'm like, oh my God, like this girl's so pretty. I go and click on it. It's like 13, peace and love. I'm like, did you guys not go through an ugly phase?
yeah, that's so weird.
Like the ugly phase just skipped like the 2005 and up generation.
Yeah, my brother now like he looks like older than I did when I was his age.
Yeah, Chris looks like an adult, and is taller than me. So
Oh,
like
he's
I don't
taller
know.
than you now?
He's like 5'9".
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he like spiked up.
Yeah, he was a little short kid.
And like I'm tall for a girl. I'm 5'7". So like
Yeah,
he has height on me.
that's wow. Good for him.
Yeah.
I always remember him being so short and like
I know. Oh my God. And now they have junior prom this year.
oh wow, that's wow, they're growing up.
Yeah.
I don't think my brother's school has a junior prom, but I think he's going to go to the senior prom though cuz all his friends are seniors.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like it's so weird to me. But yeah, back to like work. It's been really good. I'm excited for my new job. I'm just like sad to leave here.
Yeah, well, I think it'll be worth it though. You're going to have a full-time job. You're going to be able to make a lot more money and do a lot more stuff that you probably couldn't do before.
Yeah. It'll be weird to move like to Central Florida. I've never okay, so this was this was like my stupid reason as to why I didn't want to move. I've never lived farther than 10 minutes from the beach in my entire life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
now I'm like,
even in Glen Cove, like the
yeah,
beaches weren't that far from each other.
yeah,
And
no,
like,
no. So now that I'm 45 minutes away, I'm like, how do I function?
oh no, oh God,
45
what are you
minutes?
gonna do?
I literally like that's why I moved to Florida. Like I go to school next like on the beach. I live 5 minutes from the beach now. Like what where am I supposed to how
That's
am I supposed to live?
that's unfortunate. It'll be a lot
My
closer
mom
to the theme parks though.
Yes, okay. I already got my annual pass. I have used it all weekend. So worth it.
Yeah, I saw you were at
I
Universal.
I love Universal.
I
I
still
am very
never
much
been there.
I'm a Disney kid till I die, but Universal parks are so fun.
Yeah, I've yet to go to Universal. I've been to Florida 3 times. Uh, once when I was 4, once when I was 13. Both of those times I went to Disney. And then the third time when I was 17, my mom took my brother and I on a business trip with her. And I think we went to Disney Springs. But like other than that, we just stayed in a hotel for a couple of days. There wasn't that much to do. But
Um, I, I went to Disney Springs 2 nights ago. When the next time you go, if you drink, it makes it so much better.
yeah, I could definitely
Yeah,
see that.
yeah. So that's that.
Okay.
Good. Um, I am excited to be near the theme parks. I haven't been to like SeaWorld in I don't even know how long. It's probably not since I was like 7. So I'm kind of excited to go there,
Okay.
even though that's controversial, but
Yeah.
okay. Okay. But now that I've worked on the other side of it, my opinions have changed so much,
Yeah, I
like
remember you
drastically.
were like so anti SeaWorld and stuff in high school. I remember you making posts about it all the time.
But like now, like that I've like educated myself and like learned like the difference, like it just like makes like you really don't know the care that goes into those animals. Everyone just
Yeah.
like assumes that it's like, oh, like you force them to do shows. No. Because I'm not gonna argue with a 600 pound plus animal.
Yeah, it's definitely not like that. Although
No.
no, I could see that.
Like Blackfish when that came out, like I saw that and it literally like made me question everything. Like I was like, I'm not gonna be a vet now for like exotic animals. Like that's stupid. Like whatever. And then
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say
got an
Blackfish was like so anti
yeah.
that.
And that's like there's so many like social media, hate to be that person. Really hate to be that person. But social media is not an educational platform.
It really isn't.
Stop using it to get your facts. It drives me nuts when people talk about things and I'm like, you definitely saw this on Instagram and just reposted it.
Yeah, it's really not. People just get everything from there and base it off of that. I think like I feel like we're all guilty of it in
Yeah. I mean,
ways,
like I
but
I have my fair share. Like I did it in high school with like animal stuff.
mhm.
But like now I get death threats in my DMs. Like I hope you die
Wow.
messages.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's that deep for people. That's
They're like you deserve to be locked in a prison
Do you respond to
for
them?
okay. I'm so guilty of giving in and responding. Like I know I should just like thumbs up the message or whatever, or just like the message or just not even respond. But sometimes I get so frustrated that I just like can't help but clap back.
Are they just like nobodies, or are they like people you know, or
They're
like
like random. I had to like make my social media accounts private because I would like tag. I don't want to use my ex facility's name, but I would like tag the location. I would like put hashtags, and then yeah, it was like they would just comment. So like one person like commented hashtag free like a certain animal's name.
yeah,
And I was like, she's literally doing just fine. Like by doing that, like that would just be detrimental to her health. But thanks for your input. And then they'd be like, you're a monster. I I like don't I like don't even want to say some of the names that I've been called because I'm like don't want to like make your podcast rated R, but like
Hey, it's
people
all
are
right.
some one person like slid into my DMs and they were like, "You were the equivalent to Hitler,"
Oh
and
wow.
I was like, did you just compare a mass genocide to an animal in an aquarium?
Yeah, people do the most. It's pretty sad actually.
Yeah.
It's not a fair comparison at all.
No.
They got to figure themselves out. I feel like that's more of an inside thing for people. Like,
Yeah. I like always think about it too. I'm like, I wonder how many people like are judging me from
yeah.
like our hometown for like they're like, what? That's not a
Yeah,
job.
people like get so pressed about like the smallest things too. Like it has
Yeah.
nothing to do with them, or like they'll go on like a rant on fucking Reddit about like Bernie Sanders or something and think people actually give a shit, or like
It's like you sliding into my Instagram DMs, which is another topic for something that we can go into later. But like you sliding into my Instagram DMs and telling me to kill myself is not gonna make me stop going to work. Sorry.
yeah, it's yeah, they think they have so much power. And like yeah,
Like,
it works for like not to say it's a good thing. It's definitely not, but like, it'll get some people like to leave social media and I don't think they should like over
no.
something like that. I get why people like leave social media though. Like it can
Yeah.
be very damaging, especially when you have like millions of people going after you. But a lot of these
Yeah.
people are just sad. Like a lot of their values are just if they're taking the time to like send you a message and threatening you like over something like and you're not even doing anything that's like you're not killing anybody.
Well, they make it seem like I'm the worst human being. They're like,
Yeah, exactly.
probably starve them. You probably whip them. Excuse me?
Yeah, it says a lot more about them than it does for you.
You can work 10 hours and then make an assumption. But until then, please don't. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad that you don't take it to heart though.
Yeah. I like wish I could like bring people and just be like, no, 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 like, look, this is how it actually is.
You should make like you should make like behind the scenes videos or something.
People are always, that's like, so many
Start a
people have told
TikTok
me,
page.
no, so many people have told me that. They were like, you should really vlog it. And I'm like scared to like actually get death threats. Like, I'll get them like here and there when I post an Instagram photo or whatever, but like, I'm scared that like TikTok is way more brutal than like other social
Oh yeah,
media though.
100%. I've had a couple of videos that have gotten traction and I get like people like talking about my hair or something or like I don't know, just like stupid shit like that. But like most of the
I,
time they're just like they have like an anonymous profile picture with like no like attachment to their real self. So like that should show you alone that
I'm like
they got to
more
hide
scared.
behind a screen to make those comments.
Yeah, I'm like more scared of the TikTok 13-year-olds than I am of regular people.
Oh yeah, people on TikTok are brutal.
No, no,
They
no, like
can
they
be.
don't mess around. Like, do you
Yeah.
remember that trend over quarantine where it was like, without being like surgery or whatever, it was like, how can I make myself prettier? And people would just be like, get a nose job, like lose weight. Like, I was like,
Yeah. They just were 100% going in and like
way to damage this poor girl's self-esteem.
yeah. Yeah, like people just did not mess around. I felt so bad like seeing all these posts and stuff and all these comments on people's posts like damn, people just like have no filter or anything.
No, that's why I'm so scared. I like would post something and they'd be like, you look fucking stupid. Or they'd be like, you have a big forehead. And then I would be insecure and never post again.
Well, I mean, if you change your mind, you could totally do it. Like I could see you getting like some following out of like doing something and like especially like to spread
Okay.
awareness about like hey, like it's not this like threatening thing for animals like just because you saw blackfish doesn't mean like
Yeah, or you saw one Instagram
Yeah, like
post.
do your
that-
research. Here's a you could be like, "Hey, here's an actual look at what
I
it's like."
I have I have like kind of tea on that.
Yeah.
So, okay, so my youngest brother lives down here in Florida. Like he lives in Orlando with my dad. And so he was going to SeaWorld. That was like their annual like class trip for that grade or whatever. And he like was in class and they were like talking about it or whatever. And his teacher was like questioning it. And like he was like, "Oh, like my sister works like with dolphins. Like she loves it. Like blah blah blah." Like he wasn't like trying to like start anything. He was just like, "Oh, my sister does that." And like the teacher like questioned him and was like, what are her qualifications?" Like whatever. So then she emailed me and asked me to talk to the class.
Oh my God.
And she was like, "Just so you know, like there's no information on the internet as why it's a good thing." So I
Yeah,
literally had
because
to
a
like
lot of those people aren't on the internet talking about it. I feel
I
like
know. I
yeah, so
literally
I
had
yeah.
sit there and like bullet point it, and I felt so judged. I was like, I really hope no one's.
No, seriously though, I feel like if you like made a TikTok page or something like all about that, you could totally like bring awareness to it.
Should I become a vlogger for dolphins? I think so.
Definitely. Fuck it.
Why not? Making children's dreams come true. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was like my too. Like I wanted to do it when I was young. I wanted to be a trainer when I was younger, so it was like full circle.
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've always been a lover for animals. I know that. So,
Oh my God, always. I
yeah,
love animals.
I'm glad you found something that you're passionate about.
Oh, back to like the high school thing. Like we had I don't know if you had him, but this one English teacher. So for our senior projects, he had like us talk about like our dream career paths or whatever. And I was like, "Oh, like I want to be a vet, like whatever." And I want to email him and just be like, "I want you to know that I did it."
That's awesome. You should.
I know, but like I don't know his email and like the ones on the school website are like not accurate.
Oh, they're not?
No, so I was like, "Chris, you have to tell me like if he still works there so that way like you can go tell him."
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like I keep in contact with certain teachers, not like shouting out anybody specifically, but I think it's so funny that certain guys are in my DMs so much now that we're out of high school.
Oh yeah, they're like all like quiet and shit, and then all of a sudden like
I'm like, you didn't talk to me in high school. I'm not gonna talk to you now.
yeah,
I also
yeah.
don't live in the state.
Mhm.
There are people who like dated other people in our school and like talk shit about them to me like in my DMs.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
We
I'm
went to
like,
school with a lot of weirdos. Like
yeah. It's literally so strange. I'm like, you dated them. Like, okay. What do you want me to say? You talking shit about them is not going to get me to flirt with you.
yeah, yeah. It doesn't work. like like what are you doing? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so strange. I feel like that's like the one thing I'm good like glad about leaving.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I'm glad you were able to go someplace and figure yourself out and find that for yourself. I'm really happy
Yeah.
for you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
of
you.
course.
So, all right, what's next on our list?
I was gonna talk about oh yeah, so I have this note that says, "As for music, are you still a Logic stan?"
Okay, no, I'm actually not. Like, I
No.
don't listen to him anymore. I would chop off body parts though, if I could have Mac Miller back.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I would do anything for Mac Miller to be back. I just want music by him. I love Mac Miller.
Yeah,
Logic.
I remember you were heavy into Mac Miller too.
Yeah. That never changed. I feel like that's always been
That's
pretty like,
understandable though.
yeah. As far as music goes, I don't know. My music's really all over the place. I have like a playlist for like every emotion ever.
Oh, that's cool. I gotta make more playlists. I have a daytime playlist, I have a night playlist, and like that's it. Or
Yeah.
I just shuffle all my songs and because I'll listen
What
to
is your
fucking.
opinion on Jack Harlow's First Class song?
I don't think I've heard it yet.
Okay. It was
Yeah,
all over TikTok and everybody was like freaking out over it and they were like song of the summer. And now I like
yeah.
wanted his opinion on it.
People say my brother looks like Jack Harlow.
I could like low key see that.
You know what he looks like now? Like you've seen, like
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. What was it? I had a like everyone like all of his friends would call him Jack Harlow, or like they'll take a picture with him and be like, "Oh my God, Jack Harlow, thank you for taking a picture with me. I love you," or something. And then what was it? I had Edward here for the podcast, and he like my brother
Yeah.
was here with his friends, and like Edward, like I bring Edward into my brother's room, and he's like, "Yo," and like we're like the same height now, so
Oh, yeah.
he's like, "Yo, oh my God, you grew, you got the curls out, you look like a young Jack Harlow." Like at this like at
That's
that point he
let
hadn't
him
seen my brother in like 2 years at least, so it was
let
like
him take advantage of the Jack Harlow look.
yeah, I think he's a little annoyed by it now. Like I was talking to him about it, and he's like, "Yo, everyone calls me Jack Harlow." I'm like, "Well, I mean, what'd you expect with that look?"
It is not it is not like meant in a bad way.
No, no, it's
I
definitely yeah, no. I think he knows that. I think it's just like everyone's
Yeah, it's
just
not an insult. That's a compliment.
I think people actually like he was saying to me like he thinks people genuinely like some people I think genuinely think his name is Jack because everyone calls him Jack. Because
Okay,
they
that's
don't yeah because they don't know him so like because there's like at least like a couple thousand people in his school.
does he go to the like local high school in your town?
Yeah, we're like pretty close to it, so he can just like walk.
And it's that big?
Yeah, it's a big school.
That's so
I
weird to
think it
me.
combines two middle schools together into one big high school.
I think that's why it's weird to me because like we grew up in like a bubble.
Yeah, we kind of did. Like, yeah, there were two separate branches of elementary schools, and then they combined into a middle school, and then everyone just goes to the high school. So like you're stuck with the same people basically from middle school to high school.
Okay, that is one thing that I will say that I've noticed since moving. I'll like say stories from high school, and people will question if I'm lying. They're like I explained what scav was like to one of like my out of state
Oh,
friends,
senior scavenger hunt. Oh man.
and I was like, "Oh yeah, like you didn't do that," and they were like, "No, what the fuck is wrong with Long Island?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? Like that's so normal. Like every school does it. What are you talking about? Like it wasn't just my school."
Right.
And they're like, "That is made up." And I'm like, No. Like it's real. Like everyone puts in money. Like it's a team of like six. It's usually three girls, three guys. Like, and then like you get a list." And they were like, no.
Yeah, a lot of that shit you would think
I would
like
talk to like, my friends from like Texas, for example, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, yeah, like house parties, like it would be like invite only, but like everyone ended up going." And then like homecoming one year, like houses were destroyed and people were like, "No, no, no, like our high school parties were like 15, 20 kids and it was just like your friend group drinking."
I feel
And
like
I'm like,
that's better though cuz like
"No, no, like, I agree, but when I tell people like
mhm.
stories, they're like, where did you go to school?" I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
Yeah, I've talked with a few people about it. Like it's crazy like the amount of shit people got away with too. Like cuz they like yeah, we had restrictions and like we got a lot more our senior year. Like they shut down the bathrooms most of the day and stuff. But like the fact that people were able to do a lot of the shit that they did too. It's like and then you tell people that, and they're just like, what? Like I've even told stuff to my girlfriend and like, or like people that I've worked
Yeah.
with and stuff, and they're just like, what the fuck? Like,
I like told one of my friends about a certain teacher's classroom and how everyone just like goes in there to get stoned.
yeah.
And they were like, that's not real. I'm like, yes. But like, I'm like, yes, like that is why people like, unless you like actually were interested in that, like people would fully take that class just to do that.
Mm. I mean, I took classes because I wanted to take classes. If I could,
So that's what I'm saying.
like,
Like,
yeah.
if
No,
either
no, I
it's
know.
either kids who wanted to do it or kids who like needed an elective but wanted to be stoned all day.
Yeah, I definitely
There was
saw a
no.
lot of that. Like, like it was just inescapable. Especially like senior year. That whole time is just a blur. I feel like for a lot of people. 'Cause it's
I
like,
literally think I blacked out like high school in my memory.
that's me, but for middle school. I like to pretend middle school didn't happen. High school, I
I
feel
think
like is tolerable for me still. Like I can, like yeah, there's a lot of negatives, but like I like to drown a lot of that out with the positives because there's definitely a lot more positive for me at least.
I didn't have a bad high school experience either. Like I had like a good high school experience. Like I had good
Yeah,
friends.
I would say so too.
Yeah. I think it's just like my brain's like that wasn't real life. Turn it off. That
Yeah,
was a few.
yeah, it definitely feels like it though when you compare it to like I don't know shit that people can do now or like your life now. It's like just a day and night difference.
Yeah, or like my friends from out of state, they'll be like, "Yeah, like we had like Sadie's and we had homecoming dances."
Yeah, we didn't have a homecoming dance.
We also didn't have Sadie's.
What even is that?
That's like girl ask guy like dance, but it's like the
Oh,
equivalent. But it's like the equivalent to prom. So you have like Sadie's, homecoming, like winter ball, like
oh
then
wow.
you're yeah,
Yeah, that would have been nice to have shit like that.
yeah, like
But
I,
like I guess it
and
wasn't
then
in the
like
budget or like
I'm like, we had prom, and they're like, oh my God, like where I'm like, junior prom was in our gym, and everyone's like, what? And I'm
yeah.
like,
Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely see that being a questionable thing. It definitely is. Like what's the point? Just fucking rent out a ballroom or something like you do for the seniors. It
or
can't be that much.
I'll talk about our senior trip, and I'm like, yeah, we just like went across the street to a mansion, and they're like, huh?
Yeah.
I was like, listen, I'm like not making this up. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Yeah, I don't think I even went actually to that.
I think I went. I did go. I did go.
No, I didn't even go. I don't know why. I honestly I don't remember why I didn't. I might have had something I had to do, or like.
But also, like, I wouldn't like spend. It was. I think it was like $125 to go across the street.
Oh yeah, it might have been the price too.
Yeah, like I'm
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
Like looking back at it, I'm like, we literally just like sat outside a pool all day.
yeah. I probably it was probably the price and also just like the people that were going or the people that weren't going. Like the people I wanted to be around weren't going, so I was like,
Yeah, a lot of my friends too. They were like, oh, like our senior trips, like our high school took us to Disney, and I'm like,
oh, that's all.
right.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I'm like,
a lot of those people go to like private schools and stuff. So like
no, no,
people.
no. These are all like my public school friends.
Oh,
Yeah, like my friend, like my really good friend Jordan, like went to like a random high school in Jersey, like in like redneck Jersey.
wow.
And she was like, "Yeah, we go to Disney for like the entire week. We hit this, and this." And I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, you could go on those trips if you were in like the music department or like what was it? Like so like Corral went to Disney, the Kickline
okay,
team went to Disney or
again, all of those deserve it though, but it
no, 100%. Don't get me wrong. Like
would have been nice if like the rest of us could have gone.
yeah, like come on. I'm not musically inclined. I'm not on the Kickline team or anything, but I would have loved to go to Disney just to fucking go to Disney. Like
I was an art kid. I literally lived in the art department.
exactly.
Where's my love? I got
Exactly. We went on some college trips. That was it.
yeah,
And like
yeah.
not don't get me wrong, those were great. I loved those.
They
I
were
made
great.
I made YouTube videos out of those. They were fun.
But like Disney,
Yeah,
that would
that
have
would
been
have been so nice.
yeah. Also, wait. Okay, I know he was on your podcast, but the other day I was scrolling through TikTok and I'm like, wow, this guy looks so familiar. It was Michael Familetti.
Yeah, you talking
He's
about?
like popping up on TikTok.
Yeah, he has over 100,000 followers now.
Yeah, he's like funny. He's like actually funny.
Yeah, I'm so proud of him. I'm getting him on, I think, again next week.
My like friend sent it to me, and I was like,
Is it the Fashusi video? That one? Because that has like 14 million views.
"Oh, it was this one, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah." And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna like go through this," and then I'm like, "Huh."
And then you're like,
Kinda
wait, I went to school with that guy.
I'm like, this guy looks kind of familiar. And then I'm scrolling, and then I'm scrolling, and then I'm scrolling, and I'm like, I know him.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Yeah,
And they were probably like, wait, you went to school with him? You're like, yeah.
yeah. No, literally. Okay, so my boyfriend, like, he was like talking to me, and he's like, "Yeah, I went to high school with this person and this person and this person." I'm like, "Why are all of the people in your school like successful and famous?"
Who did he go to school with?
He like went to school in Pennsylvania.
With who?
Like one of the guys on like Spit and Chicklets, like the podcast for Barstool Sports. Like I'm like, what the
Oh, that's
fuck?
cool.
Yeah.
That's
So
pretty cool.
weird, but like I wish we went to school with somebody famous.
Yeah, well, we didn't go to school with them, but like, I don't know, we had George
George
Denoto
Denoto.
and Danny Casal. That's all I can
Yeah.
really think. That's all I can really think of, though.
Oh my god, I'm so butthurt that George Denoto doesn't follow me on Instagram. He follows my Twitter.
Oh, cool. He wants to be on my podcast.
Oh my god,
I gotta
please
get
do
him
it.
on.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that.
When I like come back, I like want to do it like in person.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I feel like it's a completely different vibe.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Like so much easier to like keep the conversation going. Because it's
Exactly.
just,
Yeah, these are great, but like I definitely prefer doing them in person.
yeah, and I feel like you
Like,
can like stick around a little more.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I went nearly 2 hours with Cole Parent, but we just had like a shit ton of stuff to talk about because like
How much stuff do you cut normally?
it depends on like how much I have
Like
to
what is
cut.
it-
I
yeah, what
normally don't cut whole segments out or anything. It's more of just like silences or like, you know, things that they like the person asked me to cut out or things that I don't think are the greatest thing to keep in or whatever.
Yeah.
It kind of just depends on that.
Okay, how do you decide on your like TikTok clips? I have so many questions for like the behind the scenes stuff.
Okay. That kind of I think I just like I'm like while I'm editing it, I'm like I look at a part and I'm like, "Oh, that would probably be cool." So I mark it, and then once the video's done, I'll go back and I'll make clips out of them. Yeah, like if we're talking about like a thing that's like currently trending or something, or just like a fun story or something that could probably make for something. Like some of them like do pretty well, and then like ones that I think would probably do well like don't get any attention. It's very like
TikTok's a weird platform.
yeah, it's like one video will go crazy viral, and then another one will get like only 100 views or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple that have like a couple thousand, and then like my most viral one, we talked about like Filthy Frank that has like about 200,000.
Yeah.
I have one I did with Cole that got like 40,000 views, but it's not the one that I figured would get more views. The one where we talked about the meme, but we talked about it was just a story from Target, like so it's very strange with how it works. I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't think it's that hard though. I think it's just based
It's
on
like a weird algorithm.
yeah, it is an algorithm that works though. I will say it's a lot better than YouTube or anything like that, because YouTube like it works, but it also doesn't at the same time. Like I constantly get videos that I've already seen, or Instagram. I don't even look at the explore page at all. Uh, and I mean, that's pretty much it for me, at least. Like, I think TikTok is a great platform, though. I love that it's become like the biggest thing ever. Honestly, I don't even mind that.
Yeah,
It's more
I think
popular than YouTube at this point.
yeah, I think that if anyone saw my explore page on Instagram, they'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I
Because
don't.
it's like
Yeah,
really memes and animals.
yeah, I don't even look at mine, honestly.
Yeah. Like let's look at mine like briefly right now.
Let me take a look at mine. Mine's probably just a mess of.
Dog and a bunny, cat, dogs, dog,
Yeah, it's
dog.
just memes and
I'm like
yeah.
kind of concerned right now because mine is like not things that I like. Oh, it just completely reset. Okay, I take it
Okay.
back. It's dolphins, a clam, dolphins, a seal and a dog, sharks, stingrays, manta rays, dog, whale shark, lizard, hedgehog, shark, whale, and then it's like Disney stuff.
Yeah, mine's like this random picture of that Dean Norris posted, a bunch of random memes, uh, some music stuff, a bunch of Marvel stuff. It's like it's a little all over the place. It looks like I
Yeah,
don't think there's really much consistency with it. Yeah, a good amount of it is just memes. Yeah, yeah. I don't think I really expected anything else, honestly.
you know the teacher that like the same teacher that had a crush on me is the only teacher that's ever sent me to detention.
Was I there for that? I feel like I remember
Wow.
that. I feel like I remember that.
Kendall was there for it.
He was bugging out that day.
Yeah, I think it's because I like didn't want to do something that he wanted me to, and I was like, I'm not involving myself in something I don't want to be involved in. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. I think I remember that actually.
Yeah, that's like the most traumatizing memory I have of high school. 'Cause I was like not like I wasn't a kid to get in trouble nor talk back to teachers, but I just like wasn't having it.
Yeah. I all I can really think of with that class was the times where he just wasn't in because he would go weeks on end without being there,
Yes.
and like it would just be like a nothing class for like a good amount. Like everyone would just be on the computers doing fuck all, and Ethan would be throwing pencils and paint and sharpening paintbrushes and throwing them into the ceiling.
I'm glad
And
that that's the memory we have of high school.
hey, it's better than like it's a fun thing to tell people. So like
No, 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 for sure. But like
yeah,
I think about it and I'm like, this is maybe why people don't believe me when I'm like, oh, this is my high school experience.
yeah, it's honestly pretty crazy. Like thinking about like oh like the amount of shit that people got away with, and like the amount of shit people did. It's like whoa, you did that. I'm like yeah, that was like normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to meet people from other states though, and like talk to them about those kinds of things, and then just watch their like mind explode when it comes to shit like that.
Yeah. I I definitely like I don't know. I like part of me wants to go back and just like see people, but I also don't want to.
You should come back like the week of the feast if you can.
Yeah. I feel
Like
like
just
that's
take
a
a
prime
just
time
like
to do
just
it.
take a week vacation and like just come back to visit everybody.
My mom would love that.
Oh yeah, I bet she would.
I'm sure she's tired of flying down to see me. But also it's a nice vacation for her.
Yeah, I mean it's Florida, so
Yeah.
that'd be nice for a lot of people. I'd love to come
Yeah,
back. I'd love to come. I'd love to go back to Florida.
come back.
Yeah, my cousins went on a vacation in Florida last year, like in the early summer or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'd love to come back down sometime.
Hit the theme parks.
Yeah, for sure. That's like a must for me. I feel like, especially Universal. I think I might wait till the Nintendo theme park opens though. It's because they're like just opening the one in Hollywood now.
Yeah.
So,
I want to go. So, okay, so my roommate, when I moved to Orlando, she's from like SoCal.
oh wow.
So she was like, dude, why don't you come and like we'll go to like Universal, like Hollywood and like Disneyland. And I was like, I want to, but I am broke.
Yeah,
Flights
that.
are like $800 right now.
Oh wow, that's yeah, they're
Yeah,
like
I
crazy expensive. That's pretty
Yeah,
nuts.
yeah. No, it's a lot. I want to do it. I want to travel. I'm like over. I'm so over like COVID restrictions.
Yeah, it's getting better though. Yeah, I think they're focusing. I think now they're just focusing on like hospitalizations and stuff, and like it's not as crazy as it was now. I mean, back then
Yeah.
rather.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad it's getting better though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can finally do more shit and like get out more. I miss
How was
that.
being an essential worker during the pandemic?
I mean, I don't know, like it was I mean, I don't know, they put plexiglass up in front of the registers and stuff and
Right.
like I feel like after a couple months though, like they just didn't care. Like like you were supposed to wear a mask in the store, but like people would come in without one and they wouldn't like kick them out or anything. They were just worried about getting sued, so they didn't want to do anything about it.
Yeah.
Which I mean, like, I don't know why they would be sued and like have it be like such a big deal. I don't know. They had
Yeah.
their priorities in the wrong places.
Yeah.
It also wasn't the greatest place to work ever, though. But I have much
Yeah.
love for my coworkers, though, and everyone I worked with. It's just the corporate side of it, like, took me away from it all. I was just like, yeah, no, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
Not getting breaks too was like not for me, so
Yeah.
I had to get out of there.
I don't blame you. That's like not okay.
Yeah, it's definitely not. I have friends that still work there, and I'm like, dude, just you could work anywhere. Why stay?
Yeah. I feel like I know people who also work there and like have that same issue.
Yeah, it's definitely not the greatest place to be. Like,
Yeah.
they're all like positive and stuff online and shit like that, and like it's just that like not enough people know about it or care
Yeah.
because it's not like it's not like a nationwide chain of grocery stores. It's
Yeah.
more like an upper East Coast kind of thing.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure, for sure.
yeah. So it doesn't get
It's
enough
okay.
attention.
Florida has the superior of grocery stores, and I stand by that.
Yeah, Publix is pretty cool. I've been there like one time, and I was like, "This is the
Bet.
coolest place ever."
Pub subs. Live by it. Love them. They're the best.
I think I just got like groceries there because we were like going to a hotel or something. I don't think I actually
Yeah.
got any like. I'm definitely gonna have to try one though. Now that you say that.
No, literally, you walk up to the deli counter, and it's literally like the equivalent to like going to Bagel Calf and just like ordering something.
Interesting.
Oh my God, I would die for bagels. I don't eat,
New York
I
bagels.
don't eat them
No,
down
yeah,
here.
yeah. I can't imagine you would. New York bagels are like
No.
superior.
Even pizza. Pizza, I like avoid at all costs.
Yeah, I don't remember whether or not I tried pizza in Florida, but I don't remember it being that good.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's not that great. And I stand by that. And
Mhm.
that'll never.
Well, Haley, it's been great having you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having
Oh,
me.
of course. We'll have to do this again once you're back in New York.
Yes, for sure.
You gotta let me know as soon as you land. Like,
You'll be the first to know. As
definitely.
soon as I hit the runway.
Yeah, I'll have you on again. We'll talk about more stuff. If you
Perfect.
guys enjoyed this episode, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Turn on post notifications. Hit that like button. Leave a comment. Share with your friends. If you're listening on the audio platforms, whether it's Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, any of those, Thank you for your support. Feel free to leave a rating or hit the follow button, whatever it is. It's different for everything. Be sure to also follow on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Links in the description. With that said, thank you, Haley, again for being here. Thank you guys for
Thank
watching,
you.
and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy. Peace out.
Woot woot.